All right, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get this thing started. I'm a little lightheaded today, unfortunately. Coming down from a hangover, believe it or not. Yesterday we celebrated the life of a buddy, and yeah, man, I probably had a little bit one too many tequila shots, but it's all good because guess what? Rain or shine, or whatever the weather is outside, the show goes on. We're not going anywhere, right? We're not going anywhere. Radar Shine show goes on. Anyway, but I want to say this. That's how it should be. That's how it should be, right? You could grieve, you could mourn, but more importantly, also don't forget to celebrate. Don't forget to celebrate as well for the impact an individual had on this place while they were here. But let's get right into it. Brazil lawmakers vote in favor of recognizing Bitcoin as a means of payment. Uh, that they're not the first country to do this, and they won't be the last. Right? And the countries who adopt this today will look back in 40, 50 years, and they'll, and in my opinion, we've seen countries doing this right now, just collecting and buying Bitcoin a day. Those countries will be some of the richest countries in the world in 50 years. I genuinely believe that because they're just stacking what they can, and is it going to pay dividends? So shout out to Brazil. Brazil is a third world country, I believe. So for them to make the initiative to do that, to recognize how important that is for their citizens and for potentially their government, is not the first and is not the last. That's a huge win for crypto, in my opinion. Elon Musk says the Fed needs to cut interest rates immediately as they risk the probability of a severe recession. Right? That is big. The idea and the thoughts of a recession, in my opinion, is never a fun one. So just position yourself accordingly. Make sure, I can't tell you what to do, but all I can say is just position yourself accordingly if a random global breakout slash recession happens again, kind of like COVID in 2020. Cool. We are over 611,000 unique ENS participants. I fully expect that number to hit a million sometime next year. Now, things did slow down very, very drastically. Um, Back in, what was that, October? We were talking about, hey, we're going to hit 3 million. We didn't hit the 3 million. We said we're going to hit 3 million by Halloween. We didn't hit the 3 million registered names by Halloween. Then we're like, okay, we'll for sure hit it in November. We didn't hit it in November, and hopefully we'll hit it in December. But it's fine. We grew so much. ENS grew so much over the summer and over the beginning of the fall. I think it's perfectly fine to see a cool off before the next wave of individuals come into the market, right? Because we could see once this thing catches steam, it catches steam, right? And we've seen that already over the summer. May, June, July, August, September, it was just rolling. What Verse likes to says, a locomotive. So I'm very excited about 2023. I think we'll hit a million unique participants, just off of the network effect, and we'll for sure maybe by the end of 23, maybe hopefully be at like 5 million names registered, if not more. I listened to a little bit of the Sean Murray interview, and I thought it was really good for a couple of different reasons. One, Sean does a great job talking about DNS to ENS import, and I'm just going to basically read the tweet. He says it's the opportunity of a lifetime for Web 2 domainers. Every Web 2 domain name can come equipped with more value while also organically spreading the word about ENS and Web 3. And that's basically a 6 minute clip of him speaking on it, talking about it. And I think he makes great sense. He makes great sense. I know a lot of Web 2 for example, let's go to the domain king situation. He talks about the domain king situation in this example. All this does is brings more utility to your Web 2 domains, importing them into ENS, because not only does it serve the same functions of being the .com or whatever extension you have, but now you could also use it as your Web3 identity, and you could also send and receive payments on top of it. Then he also talks about, oh, I know a lot of ENS people, .eth people think it's a threat to ENS, which he does not believe is a threat to ENS for the simple reason that the more people who are talking about ENS, the more people who are using the protocol of ENS, the better it is for the ecosystem. So check out that clip. It was a really good clip, and it kind of switched my perspective on Web 2 domainers coming into the Web 3 ecosystem if they understand that that is a function, and ultimately embracing those individuals and not trolling them like how we did Domain King, and he banned damn near 90% of the community, which is kind of crazy. Cool. Last but not least, what I have for the day is I seen a story yesterday. Russian crypto boss and billionaire, I'm not even going to attempt to say his name, has died in a mysterious helicopter crash. And he's the second big crypto person to mysteriously die in the past week. And it's crazy with his death was that a buddy, I'm not gonna say a buddy, somebody else who was gonna ride that helicopter with him canceled at the very last minute. And he was the one that ended up riding. And I just think all this, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I think all this is somehow correlated. I'm just bringing the awareness of what's going on at a bigger level with the whole SBF, FXT billionaires, crypto billionaires are going missing and dying. And guys, just be safe and let's enjoy the journey together. Let's enjoy this 10,000-mile death march together, because there's a lot of crazy shit going on outside of our particular bubble. But yeah, that's enough for me for the day. I would pass it over to our co-host, the one and only RN1. The stage is yours, brother.
Hey, GM Kev, GM everybody. Yeah, you know what? I mean, even outside of crypto, man, it seems like a lot of people die in helicopter. Wasn't there some huge guy who owned one of the big soccer teams in the last year? Billionaire died. Oh, I know. Yeah, and same thing happened. I know Kobe Bryant, dude. There was a guy that the guy that was dating Tiger Woods' ex-wife. Him and his daughter died in I don't know if it was Puerto Rico or BVI. They died in a helicopter crash. I mean, yeah, you know what? I think we just avoid helicopters altogether, because that's, I mean, they're fun to ride in, but yeah, I mean, that's just some scary shiz. It just seems like, I don't know, it just seems like we hear about more helicopter crashes than we do plane crashes. But the other thing is, you never know with a guy like that. Could a guy just fake his death to get out from underneath the Russian regime? And we never know in those kind of things. You know what I mean? Those high level when you're a billionaire. But yeah, also you could have been targeted. And keep in mind, yeah, stay safe, right? Don't be too braggadocious. That's where a little bit of anonymity helps. You don't have to be bragging to all your friends, being too flashy. And it's no different than driving around in a freaking Ferrari and getting carjacked. Be a little bit secretive, and don't necessarily, you don't necessarily need to dox yourself and make too big of a, don't put too big of a target on your back. That's always a good, be a little bit conscious of that kind of stuff. One of my best friends was, that's what he's done his whole life, is high-end security. You know what I mean? So for people that are billionaires, and so he'll fly over to the country before them and get everything ready for 2 weeks and all the security in place and stuff like that. Yeah, it's yeah, be smart. Be smart. Like we talked about Master. Master's in a country where he has to kind of be smart about his identity and his location. He's got to. And we're all. It's not a bad idea for all of us to think about that. But yeah, that is weird, right? That guy, the one guy, drowned after posting that he was going to be, it's just, don't think people won't take you out for, a few 100,000, more or less millions or billions. So yeah, be smart, man. Be smart. Don't be, yeah, when I travel, I always my wife and I, we always dress down. Don't wear your nice watch. Don't wear a nice watch. Don't be, just don't be too flashy. Don't make yourself a target. That's my advice. But yeah, the 611,000, that's cool. Look, I think, yeah, someone posted the other day, and I haven't personally looked at the numbers, but they basically said we're still adding about 700 wallets a day. Obviously, domain registrations have dropped off, but unique wallets haven't dropped off that much, which is a better, healthier number to look at anyway. You know what I mean? It's a better way for us to measure anyway. It's much more healthy than just a bunch of names, because we're all DJing out and doing 30 flags, or whatever it is. We've all got a little crazy. I'm watching those expirations every day, and I can see the trends, because it's funny. You can literally see the trends. You can see the trends in what's expiring, what we were FOMOing into. So let's learn from Gary and Master, who I've never once got up and tried to hype us on some new trend, right? They're just saying get good domain. And Master said it the other day, and he said it before. You only need one domain to change your life and your kids' and your grandkids' life forever, if it's the right one, if we're right about what we're doing. So keep that in mind. I posted the emoji space tonight. I posted squirt gun flossing up there. Posted a thing that made me real bullish as we were chatting today about the emojis. 1 in 5 tweet has an emoji in it. I mean, I mean, that's exciting to me. I got extra bullish about that, seeing that. It's like, to me, emojis are potentially an undervalued, as far as, at least for identity. I don't know for a website. I don't know. It's just going to be interesting to see, and none of us know. But yeah, join that call today and see. And yesterday I jumped on. Fortunately, right after I talked to you guys, I went to my meeting. Driving home, my power steering pump went out. Luckily, I was able to drive it, get a hell of an arm workout. I was only about 5 miles from the dealer. Dropped that off. Now I'm rolling in a Honda, little Ridgeline rental for a week while they get my truck fixed. But I jumped on and caught the Shark Tank live from Miami while I was freezing, literally freezing my butt off. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, we got snow and sub-zero weather, so it was nice to hear that. But that was cool that they all had the real life. Looking forward to everyone getting on, Flexter and everyone, Fireball, everyone getting on and hearing about that. But yeah, it's just another week. We just keep grinding. A little bit of a short squeeze, I think, on Bitcoin. It kind of pumped up a little. That's always nice. I do think, Elon's right. If they don't quit raising, we're going to hit a recession. But guess what? If they do quit raising, it's going to be worse recession, maybe a depression. Problem is, we're in a no-win situation. They're trying to balance it, right? We're up on a cliff, and instead of just jumping 200 feet and splashing on the rocks below, they're trying to jump down 10, 20 feet at a time, right? But unfortunately, they've come to a spot where it's like 30 feet, So we're probably not going to die, but we're going to break a leg. I mean, they're in a no-win situation. We had free money for 12 years longer than we should have, and so we're in a pickle right now. There is no soft landing, and they're doing the best they can. But yeah, I don't know. We just don't know, right? We're just guessing. But I'm telling you, if they quit raising or signal or get too weak right now, I mean, look, we just spent what, $9 billion on Friday, Black Friday, like 12, 14 billion yesterday on Cyber Monday. How much did I spend of that? Zero. But then again, I don't have any kids and I don't give a shit about Christmas, but I spent zero. But that's what I'm saying is that's a record. That's a record. So we haven't learned our lesson. And, people didn't have the money. What did they do? They just put it on credit card because they're so used to the free money, right? We haven't. We're still in the denial phase. Nobody's cutting back yet. So anyway, it is what it is. We'll see what the balance. Hopefully they can walk that fine line. But yeah, Elon's right. But he's also, if they do that, it gets worse and it never gets fixed. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, right? Doesn't really matter if you look for the long term. Just keep grinding, keep doing your thing, and let's keep. We have something unique here with ENS, and I feel good about ENS. I'm pretty optimistic today, And even though I'm freezing my ass off, and yeah, looking forward to the conversation.
Well, Ron, I think two great things. One, now I feel a little bit guilty because I did was one of those people contributing to the billions and billions of dollars in Black Friday and Cyber Monday spending. But I got some things I needed to get for the apartment. But besides that, I couldn't. I agree so much with you about the being conscious and aware of how you're presenting your wealth. Um, I just seen on Instagram, but they robbed a dude in broad daylight in Miami who's wearing a Rolex watch. I just seen as well where forgot the dude's name, but he basically got $1 million worth of assets hacked and stolen from his account, from his wallet. So you, for one, if you're gonna walk around with $1 million worth of assets on your wallet, it should definitely be in cold storage, right? He got a couple 3 digits, 4 digits, whatever, stolen. That should 100% be in cold storage. There's no if, ands, or buts, or whatever, however the saying goes. You can't play with that, y'all. We cannot play with that when you're dealing with a certain level. It should be any level. Matter of fact, what I'm trying to say, right? I think have a hot wallet. You could have hot wallets. That's perfectly fine. But if you know you're carrying digits that are extremely valuable, whatever, then it gets to a point of time you're like, okay, let me get a cold wallet because it will never happen to you until it happens to you. If you guys get what I'm saying. So appreciate that, Ron. That was a good starting segment. Let's go over to our other co-host, the veteran, the legend, master. The stage is yours, brother.
Hey, good morning, guys. First of all, I think I owe lots of you a great, gratitude. Yesterday I kind of published a post announcing that myself have already submitted the application for my project Red Letter for the A16Z's crypto startup school. Just a Twitter. I hope you guys can retweet for me. And just a 1 day time, I see that tweet has already been retweeted for 147 times with almost 200 likes. I think it's really amazing. I never expect anything good can happen like that. We know there are around 6,000 of such kind of the applicants there. But I don't think other projects will have so many, people from the community support for this. So that yeah, I love you guys, for showing support to me, and I truly believe right now, all the previous, this space show up and sharing, all these has been paid off. I believe I'm kind of 120% all the efforts just deserve it. Thank you so much, guys, and I will keep you posted upon our next time release. And in case there's anything like the ENS subdomain, the claim or whatever, any kind of the benefit, I will post it first time in caps space for sure. So yeah, stay tuned on this space. I will announce when to launch, when you can mint your subdomains, because at the beginning, as a gift, we will launch uh, the first version. But at the very beginning, we will allow each wallet address to mint one, dot red letter dot is subdomain. We will open probably 4 characters plus of the name. So if you come early, if you just start minting your or claiming your name exactly when we start allowing users to do so, you may be able to mint some very good ones, free mint, which is something like maybe 1111999 coin game, whatever. There is not a single reserved subdomain at this stage, so everything is open. And yeah, we will, please stay tuned, and I will keep you guys posted on this space. And at the meantime, lots of other projects, my friends, when they are launching some project, they ask me my advice. The only thing I'm telling them is, yeah, get your ENS name and put a subdomain claim as the first way you play to attract users, because that will be the mainstream, that will be how the projects works, and put priorities on, because ENS right now is catching too much of the attention, and the people cannot further neglect on it. They cannot pretend not seeing it. That our time has really come. So yeah, for all the new projects, they're trying to acquire not only maybe the TLD domain names, but also to get their ENS name. So in case there is a coin to issue afterwards sometime, then with the ENS name, others cannot replace them, right? Because if you only have a .io name, someone else can register .xyz or .com, then you don't look to be the most legit. But in crypto, if you own the .eth, then you seem to be the most legit name. So I think that's how should it work. And with that name, you can just give subdomain, all the possibilities onto it. That's so exciting. And you can, like, if you use previously we use Medium, right now we use Mirror for the crypto startup projects to share stuffs. So you can also use your, for me, I can use red letter.is to post whatever, the first white paper or the plans strategies of my project onto it. That should be the spirit of the blockchain projects. We should differentiate us from any of the traditional web 2 or internet companies project. We should totally do different things there. We know lots of exchanges, they are doing diligent works. We know, KuCoin, they even acquired a lot of the 4 digits, but they want to make them together and try to sell the share of this. They want to create the ways. They spent hundreds of ETH to acquire more than 136 4 digits, and they don't even care to acquire their own KuCoin.es, because if they have KuCoin.es, they can easily set up all the subdomain for their users, which is greatly improving their user experience for everyone to have a dedicated deposit address that can make sure no more rugs and the typo or the copy paste hijack the function of when users going to deposit their money. And unfortunately they don't care about that. They just care about inventing new products so that they can earn more money. So yeah, sometimes in Chinese we say slow is fast, fast is slow. We should always do the right thing, not 100% focusing on the for profit, because if we don't care too much about the profit, just to focus on do the right thing and make it happen, do the whatever make sense thing. If we focus on this, I don't think profit is still a problem, right? In Chinese, we say this word is 但行好事，莫问前程. Just to do the good thing. Don't ask for the future. That's how how we think things. So a lot of people ask me, what do you expect for red letter, long term, if it doesn't get much of the attention, if it's not famous, what are you going to do with that? I'm telling them, my first purpose for launching this service is just for me, my family, my relatives, and some of my close friends to have a place to mint something forever, mint our precious moment. So this is a D web. So everyone can mint anything, forever, permanently on this platform. I think that's good enough. That's my goal. I'm not thinking too bullish or whatever. But right now, given I'm very close to the community, I meet a lot of the very talented people and very good friends that we are having more hands right now, so that yeah, maybe we can build it better. That's how it works. But yeah, we always should think what's our first goal, what were we thinking at the first purpose when the idea just came. Then the idea is just even the whole world doesn't need it, myself, my family, my friends, my close relation guys can use this. I think that's good enough. So don't be over bullish at the very beginning, and don't care too much on the profit part at the beginning. Just focus on the product, focus on what will entertain myself the most, and then I think maybe that's the right attitude. And if we focus too much on the profit at day one, then probably we are not going to get it right. because slow is fast, fast is slow. We've paid more attention on it than probably, yeah, we are too much anxious, and they will change all the whole way. Just always do the right thing, not do the thing right. So yeah, very excited about all the future of the NFT, about ENS. I never had a doubt of ENS right now, by the way, because I'm not right now talking from the perspective of a builder instead of a domain investor. While I'm still a domain investor, I try not to, squat too many on the, the company names. Even I have some company names. I'm listing on a price to make sure this is 100% within their, affordable, 100% they can afford on this, and this price is a bit higher for some other squatter. So make sure the end client, the customer, the brand owners themselves can can get them. That's how it works. If you set the price to maybe very cheap, say someone else will buy it directly, and they will try to make the diamond hand, and I don't think that's the right thing to do. So that's my 2 cents right here. And I believe we have a long term, very bullish on ENS. That's why everything within the ENS ecosystem and the community, I'm super bullish. Not only for the names I own, but also the most important thing, the most important treasure is every single people in this space, every single people who has participated in this space, that we exchanged our opinion and shared our thoughts, and we know each other, right? You know me, I know you guys, and I run a project, maybe in more, or at least most likely I'm not going to rug you guys, because you hear me talking about every single day, and you know how good and how bad I could be, right? Kind of there's a limitation for both, and that's the power, that's the purpose of the community. I think we've really been enjoying in the past months, quite a few months in 2022. And yeah, right now, although they're saying it's a bear market, but as I mentioned, for domain investment, if we are still talking about domain investment, 99% is a bear market, 1% is a bull market. That 1% is when the right time comes, the people who in love with domain shows up with a decent budget. But you don't expect that time to happen a lot, right? If your domain is good enough, that kind of people will be just more. But the right time, right person, right budget, you need to mix them together, and that still needs a lot of patience. So if that day doesn't come, it's still a bear market. So don't mix the domain bear market together with a coin bear market. Coin is just a liquidity, so up is up, down is down. But domain, we really need to wait. If that perfect buyer shows up, he won't be caring too much about recently coin is up or down. He just want this badly. He just want to show whatever he can offer you, and then that I think we will have a good time to sit down together and communicate, and to get both a great deal on this part. Yeah, and another news I'm going to share with you guys is earlier today, one very big city in Guangzhou, located in southern China, has announced to cancel all the COVID lockdown, which is a significant move from Guangzhou, at least right now. Other cities we don't know yet. All the COVID test stations are just a stopping service. They don't do COVID tests anymore for Guangzhou. So we think it could be a very positive signal that triggered from the central government, start from Guangzhou. We hope it will be spread to other cities soon enough, because we have been really exhausted and tired for this shit, you know, shit things to that occurred for the past year. We are tired for this. We hope everything will be going over. If the whole world, if every other country is not doing so, why we are the only one to do so? It's I don't think it will make a lot of sense. But anyway, it's just like what I said. Every day a good day. Today we have some good news, and tomorrow, rest assured, I think there will be some else. Thanks much, Care, for hosting this great space. Thanks everyone, indeed, from my deep heart, who has just clicked the like or retweet uh, uh, for my tweet regarding A16Z. Really appreciate it. You are making me differently, and yeah, love this space. Thanks much, guys. Have a great day.
Yes, sir, Master One. I want to say that is good, and hopefully, the lockdown restrictions lift to your side of town as well. And I agree, man. COVID is done. It's over with. We could talk about all those conspiracies another day of the week. But I agree. The rest of the world has lifted its mandates. There is no reason why you guys are still on lockdown when everybody else is back to normal living. If you guys haven't already retweeted Masters or liked Masters' tweet about A16Z crypto pinned to the top, please at least just give it a like. If not a retweet as well, that would be great. And I'm pretty sure he will gladly appreciate that. Master comes here every single day. He's been consistent every single day. He's been supporting the community from day one, every single day. It's time for us to show our love and support in return. So good luck again to you, Master. That'll be absolutely huge if you do get accepted into that. And just know the community is rooting for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to reset the room here. This is ENS Updates. We do this every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is an open space where you can ask any questions, any comments, any anxieties, any frustrations, whatever it may be. This is the place to let it out. This is the place to ask. If you're new to ENS, if you're new to Web3, feel free to come on stage because no question is a dumb question in ENS Updates. With that being said, I'm going to pass it over to our guy, the one and only host of the Friday Night Happy Hour, the sixth man of the year, NFT Verse. The stage is yours, brother.
GM Kev, appreciate that introduction. Shout out to you, man, for always keeping it consistent out here, man, in these ENS streets, man. The ENS Update show. I don't know what month we're going on right now, Kev. Do you know what month we're on right now?
Nah, man, I stopped counting. Probably like 8, 7, 8.
Man, that's crazy, man. It's got to be close to 8. I think we're rolling in 8 in December, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's month 8 in December. Which is amazing, man. So shout out to 5159.eth. Shout out to RN1. Want to touch on something that RN1 said. But before doing that, I want to shout out Master. Also, man, it's the community is powerful. Master, Master, said that he was so surprised and he thanked the community for just supporting him in his application tweet. But man, I think sometimes we don't realize how powerful we are, as a community. So you getting that little boost that you needed, just kind of confirms and validates that we got your back, Master. We want to see great things come out of this community, and we're still hoping that you will be selected. You will be selected. Let me just say that you will be selected, Master. Shout out to Gary P. Minting coins. Shout out to OX tennis ball pickleball guy. What's up, pickleball? My guy pickleball in the house. 0-0. See NFL champ out there. Yeah. So the NFL champ. So just to throw this out there, guys, I don't know if you've heard of this. There's a form. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna go into that. Enzo 305. My guy Flossin. OX Wizard. Negative Keycap 9. So now shout out to everybody who tapped in today. Definitely looking forward. It's Hump Day. Got a couple of things on the agenda today. Floss and we're hosting the Emoji Space. That's a weekly space, guys. We're doing that at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully it doesn't conflict with anything else out there. We would love everybody just to tap in to the emoji space. There's a lot going on with emojis, and Ron kind of touched on it a little bit. Ron's feeling a little bit more bullish about emojis. I think emojis is a language, and I think we'll touch on some of those things. Hopefully we'll be able to touch on normalization also in the space tonight, and hopefully we can get Rafi there. I'm trying to get Rafi to tap in. So Rafi is the one that's working on the normalization for all the different special characters and everything like that for ENS. So hopefully we can get him to tap in. That would be amazing. And then I have the 100K cat, 100K ENS cat space today with Novax. That I believe that's at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Novax and I will be doing that the whole. I think we have a special guest. I can't remember who it is. Novax kind of handles all of that setup and everything like that. But if you can tap into the 100K especially if you got a 5-digit, man. If you hold a 5-digit, man, it's going to be something special, with that 100K cat launch. And we're looking to launch that in the second week of December, which is going to be monumental for the whole entire 5-digit community. So just to kind of touch on a few things really quick. Number one, I don't think I have enough influence to ever disappear in a mysterious accident. I only host a virtual bar. That's it. So anybody out there who has any plans for me to disappear, I'm just a bar host, guys. I just host a Friday night happy hour. I don't have any influence out here. Number two, uh, Web 2 and Web 3. Kev talked about the Sean, the finance guy, his interview yesterday. And I think that was an amazing interview. I got to go back and listen to the entire thing. I caught most of it, but the Web 2 piece that he talked about with the integration with ENS. One thing I love about ENS is that they've opened the door for everybody, not just Web 3, but also Web 2. And to touch on that just a little bit, we've said in here plenty of times that Web 2 and Web 3 will have to be parallel. They have to run parallel for a while because that's where the masses are. They're used to Web 2. Web 2 has been everything that's been integrated, everything that's been created, everything that's made things convenient and an ease of use has already been perfected in Web 2. These things will have to be worked on in Web 3. And that's why we're here, everybody, in this space, is to hopefully build those tools and those integrations to make it more seamless. It's not seamless right now. It is clunky. Let's be honest. It's clunky. It's clunky compared to Web 2 because that's what we got to compare it to, right? So we have to understand that there's a transition process to all of that, and that Web 2 and Web 3 will run parallel. And I just wanted to touch on that really quick. And last thing, I wanted to ask OX Wizard, and I don't know if he's in here, and I don't know if anybody else can answer this. Maybe Gary can. I know I heard OX Wizard, Zero Keycap OX Wizard, mentioned in his in the ENS Latino space about the Brave browser. So I had a question about the Brave browser because he said the Brave browser resolves the .eth addresses, right? Like if you download the Brave browser, you can type in your .eth and you can, be able to, it resolves, and you don't have to have the .link or the .limbo and everything like that, right? The one question that I have, and it's emoji related, right? Like, does the Brave browser allow, when you have an emoji domain, does it accept that, or is that part of that? Would that be part of the normalization and everything? Just a question for him. So hopefully, maybe I can reach out to him and ask him that question because he seems to know a lot about the Brave browser, and I just kind of want to get an understanding that does it have the capability of accepting emoji domains, but that may be part of the whole normalization conversation too. So just interested in that. But shout out to everybody who tapped in today, man, to the show. It's amazing to see all the faces out here. What's up, Katie? What's up? Want to give everybody some shout out. ENS Alien, what's up, bro? Who else? Young SB out here. ENS Academy. I like seeing everybody out here. Q Capital 448. Shout out to everybody, man. I'm looking forward to the conversation today, man, and just looking forward to everybody and some new people coming up. So if you're new and you haven't came up to the speaker panel to introduce yourself or say anything or let us know what you're working on, don't be shy. Come on up and vibe with the people here, man. 5159, I appreciate you as always, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very well said, Verse. Appreciate you, man. I'll try to check out some of those spaces a little later today as well. Let's go over to Gary Palmer Jr. Gary, the stage is yours, brother.
Everybody, GM, how you doing? Yeah, so where are we today, man? So it's Wednesday. It's Whiskey Wednesday. Yeah, I got some people on the live stream tonight drinking whiskey. So yeah, loose lips sink ships. So hopefully we're not drinking too much whiskey, right? Yeah. So yeah, I just gotta look for my wife. Yeah, it's the downsides. So yeah, sometimes I want to talk with people, and I don't want to do it over Twitter, and I don't want to do it over Discord, and I don't want to do it over WhatsApp. And when I talk to people, I want to do something secure. And so what I typically how I like communicating with people is through Signal. And I don't like all the features on Signal, but Signal is like kind of what I like best. And yeah, not everybody can download the Signal app. A lot of people have restrictions. It's one of those apps where it could be really interesting to download beforehand in case you need it. Because like WhatsApp kind of freaks me out a little bit. Connections with Facebook and different things, and like I said, Signal's not perfect either. But yeah, I was talking to one friend in China, and wanted to talk with him, trying to get him to download Signal, and yeah, he's not even able to download Signal in China. So it's like, geez, I can't even have those conversations just because, like I was saying, I don't trust these other apps, and what's going on out there. But yeah, it's like crazy things happening in the world, and just people want to communicate, and such a beautiful aspect of ENS and our ENS names that, think about it. Like with me, if I was ever canceled off Twitter, you could probably think, oh, I go to GaryPalmerJr.eth and I'll see if he has like a social network, right? Because I could add like social network abc.com, and then I could say Gary Palmer Jr. 1, and you're like, oh, okay, so at that website, that's his username. And you can get that information, right? And you're not dependent on a centralized database, not dependent on a centralized website, not dependent on anything or any one thing. You just go to the blockchain and pop in the ENS name, and it does the lookups, and you can get that information, and information kind of like disseminates through the universe, and people could take appropriate action. But we have this now. It's like it's so exciting, that we have this money on the blockchain. We could send transactions, people in third world countries doing commerce with people around the world using the internet, and then saving money and making money using blockchain, and identity just being this natural extension of that. Yeah, and it's like open source technology. It's just a protocol. It's just code. Anybody can use it. Anybody can tap into it. And yeah, and it's like humans. It's like we have friends, we have people in the community, and they have information, and they use their brains to do lookups. And so it's good to tap into ENS. It's good to tap into the internet, and it's good to tap into ENS updates. I love tapping into ENS updates. And if anyone wants to tap in, we'll be, doing a live stream tonight, youtube.com/mintingcoins, mintingcoins.com. Having special guests on. I think we have someone really cool coming on tomorrow night, but I don't want to take away anything from Whiskey Wednesdays. But yeah, so just continue showing up, continue tapping into the rooms and the people, into energy, into the blockchain, into the information, and then take that second step and do something with it. Just you know like I think we sort of see in crypto in general, the rooms are a little bit less, and a lot of people, there's just less people here, right? And because there's less people, there's sort of a little bit, in some ways, less news. And yeah, it's sort of like sometimes it's a little boring, like at least for me. And I just know, right? I don't know if it's going to be next year or the year after, but things are going to get exciting. The bull market's going to come back. It's going to be really exciting. Everyone's going to lose their shit. There's going to be massive parties. It's going to be like so much fun, a wild time. And we're not going to be really talking about building. When everything hits the fan, we're not going to be talking about building like this. We're not going to be talking about connecting as much like this. We're going to be talking about mental health more. We're going to be talking about like the parties. We're going to be talking about the developments. We're going to be talking about the fireworks. We're going to be talking about ENS names selling for hundreds of Ethereum. We're going to be talking about, like NFT projects again. And I can imagine the bull market comes back, and, ENS names are selling for hundreds of Ethereum, ENS maxi floor, maybe above a 1 ETH floor. Not financial advice, right? but it's we're talking about all that excitement when that comes. And so, yeah, these rooms, it's like, it's sort of like fortifying and just preparing. And so, yeah, it's an interesting balance for me, and I hope it's an interesting balance for everybody else. And you're here, so game on.
Yes, sir. Game on. And I will be on minting coins tomorrow night. I'll be in attendance. You guys check it out. I'll update you guys again tomorrow, but I will be on minting coins tomorrow night, y'all. Cool. Let's go over to OX double tennis ball or OX pickleball. The stage is yours, my brother.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for having me again. I mean, I heard NFT verse want to take my pickleball name away because I let somebody win here in Miami, but I'm gonna leave it to that. But hey, I had a great time actually. I'm leaving. Today's my last day here at the Metaverse NFT. Here in Miami, and it's great. And I see so many people out here. I brought my children here. We talk about family, we talk about generational wealth, and I wanted to let them see what this community is all about. And I was so happy to meet up with the ENS Maxis. They were all great. That was an amazing time. We had plenty of good experience there. But yesterday, new territory, right? Into the street, into the art. And what happened was I didn't know anybody, but I saw somebody had their .eth, one of the artists, and I talked to them. I was like, hey, I see that you got your .eth, you're cool. And then somehow, somewhere, not knowing them at all, we connected through ENS because he knew OX Wizard, and the OX Wizard was like building his stuff. So like, oh, yo, I know Wizard. So these small little connections is a great network for all of us. And I think it's very important that we let the children and the future knows, especially if we're building this for the future, right? When the children see that, wow, dad knows this person, and he just sees like, it just seems like it's so overwhelming for them. For us, we're here all day on Twitter Spaces and we're connecting with the world, but for them, it's like, wow, the people who you talk to aren't weird. You actually do meet up. You do actually link up and do stuff and do art and do something in the physical world. So I'd like to thank everybody who has been out there. I can't wait for the next meetup, and I think that's very important. And lastly, shout out to Get Hype and Doobie out there. I remember, just like you said before, and always, I used to come in. There was only one show, right? This is the ENS update, and that's it. And you have to wait till the next day. If you're on the weekend, you're screwed. But now there's a space everywhere. Literally, NFL champ, and the whole Wake and Bake team literally onboard somebody. So she asked, like, what's ENS? So that was a question, and then everybody chimed in, gave her all that alpha. We were all like Gary P in one in that room. So like basically, like all 20 of us was one Gary explaining her what ENS is all about. So I think that's the community, that's the family, and I'm very hyped up. I think I left Miami here so excited for the future of ENS and I guess Web3. So thanks for having me up here. Let's get it.
Yo, that is hilarious. My man said 20 of us was one Gary. Gary, I think that's a huge compliment to you. It takes 20 individuals. It takes 20 other human beings to equal one Gary. Gary, how do you feel about that, brother?
I mean, it feels like something good. I mean, it's in some ways shocking, and I don't know, man. I really appreciate it from everybody, and just being technical and being here and helping people and pushing it forward. And yeah, I mean, let's celebrate. Let's get on the live stream, and let's meet each other in real life. Let's connect in real life. Let's help more people. If you like what I'm doing, then just, if you can hear my voice, just know I want to work with you, and I want to get shit done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I just gotta add something else.
Go ahead.
Like if people think that 20 like of what they were doing equals one Gary, there's shit that Gary does where I'm 1/20th of somebody else, and so I might be good. You guys might like love and respect me for like the technical ENS stuff or whatever. But I need you, right? There's like holes in me with my deficits, and I can't do this alone. And every single person like is contributing something that this community needs. Let it be that or not.
I respect it. I respect it 100%. Gary, huge advocate and voice of the ENS community. Just know you're much appreciated by all of us, man. Let's go over to Mr. 618. Mr. 618, the stage is yours, brother.
Hello, good morning, 5159. Good morning, everybody in there. So, the expert in the front, the DJ in the back. So, I just came to say what's up because I love your song introduction on the show. It was like very relaxed and very new type of beat that, very interesting to listen to start the show. So, you know, and why I wanted to come up for is because like ENSs are NFTs on their own, and I've been in the NFT journey for a little bit, and I use like different marketplace to purchase ENS, and I wanted to let the stage know that if you guys have purchased any NFTs on Genie, the platform that aggregates across different NFT marketplace to basically save on gas, this platform has been acquired by Uniswap, and I just saw that Uniswap basically gonna give an airdrop to people who used Genie. So just wanted to pin that on the show for people who might have used Uniswap. And also, I have like one of my NFT in jail. Uh, it's a good dog, and it's a good dog in jail. It's in jail in NFTFi that crypto. And I saw that on ENFTFi that crypto, basically, you can basically have a loan for your NFT instead of selling your NFT. Basically, you can receive a loan that you have to repay to basically release your NFT. But what is interesting is that NFTFi has also a section where you can loan your ENS for wrap ETH. So right now there is not a lot of liquidity into those type of loan on ENS, but probably in the future, if like a Grail ENS don't want to be sold, probably the user gonna have like the ability to rent that NFT for some wrap ETH and have to make sure to pay back that NFT. So I just make like my first try with NFTFi.com. Is no financial advice in here, but just wanted to basically let people be aware that in the future, the ENS that you own gonna be act as collateral to your own loan to get loans, basically. All right. So thank you for putting me up, and hope everybody gonna have a good day.
I haven't used Genie myself, but I know that Uniswap purchased Genie, and Gem was purchased by OpenSea. So OpenSea owns Gem, and Uniswap owns Genie, and Gem and Genie do the same sort of thing. Recently, I heard someone give bad reviews for Genie, but I'm not sure if Uniswap just relaunched it, or and if they were using the old version versus a potential like upgraded version. But Uniswap has a lot of money. OpenSea also has a lot of money. On the downside, it's like centralization, right? Like these companies repurchasing these things and centralizing these apps. But OpenSea and Uniswap have a lot of money, and they're probably gonna work to compete with each other, and that competition to each other will, assuming they don't, what do you call it? Like conspire together. That competition hopefully is good. But yeah, I haven't used Genie myself.
Ron, your your mic is off of mute. Oh, there we go.
Sorry, I was jumping up on a box at the gym, so I must have and must have knocked it off. So
Now, what you working out? What you working out today?
I've got this like 2 foot box or 30-inch box. I've been trying to jump up on it. So I'm up to about 30, 40 times a day now. So I do it every day.
Yes,
Sounds
sir.
like leg day to me.
Yeah, I do it every day though, just because it's like, one of those things that it's like, so, so, so this, I go up to this kid and they're stacked like 4 feet high. I'm like, dude, are you using all those? 'Cause I figured they're just excess. He's like, yeah. I'm like, what? No freaking way, right? I mean, it was just almost as tall as he was. And sure enough, he was able to jump up on these, like literally his like up to about his chin, and it inspired me. So I could, I've been working my way up. So I don't think I'll ever get there, but dude, it was like a frog. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how he could jump up to his chin on these boxes like time after time. So anyway, he only weighed about $120, but anyway, I just so it inspired me. So pretty much every day when I can, I come over and try and jump 30 to 50 times up on the box. So I'm getting there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love that. I love that. One, I love that because health is wealth. Health is wealth. And he doesn't just talk about it, he's actually fucking doing it. What does he say? He says in the bear market, cut down on expenses. There was billions of dollars spent on Cyber Monday and Black Friday, and he didn't spend $1 on none of it. He's in the gym, right? He's Ron, you're leading by example, and I love that. Verse, do you have any tips and advice on how Ron could also get his bunnies up on jumping?
I would say Ron probably would need to incorporate. Well, first of all, what he could do is that there's a form that he can actually. I'm just kidding, man. It's an inside joke, man. I just keep running it, man. But no, I would say that Ron needs to get one of those parachute things that that you can hook on to his back and starts doing some sprints. Some sprints kind of really allow you to kind of explode. So if Ron is looking to maybe try to dunk again one day, try to dunk on somebody, yeah, incorporate the parachute little outfit, and that should help him out, man.
Nice, nice. And there we have it. But I did just bring up Tony Dills. I love the name. Tony Dills to the stage. Tony Dills.eth. The stage is yours, brother. Welcome to ENS Updates.
Hey, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
Good. So I've just spent the morning. I updated the avatars to all my ENS listings, and it was a expensive and tedious process. But my OpenSea is looking good, and I'm hoping it entices people to my deals.
I think it will. Well, I don't know if you got rugged or you just stopped talking. Was that it that you had to say, Tony?
Oh, that's it. Yeah, this is a great space. Thank you guys for the platform.
Yeah, my personal opinion on that is I personally haven't gotten around to update all my avatars, or barely any, to be honest, since it's I have so many domains. But I think that it adds a story to your domains. It paints a picture for potential end buyers of the domain. And when I personally, if the pictures make sense or if the avatars make sense when you update them, I love them. I love to see them personally. If they don't make sense and you didn't put any time and effort in it, it's kind of, I think it kind of, I think it doesn't do anything to the value. But if you actually put a quality picture and put some time thinking about how you want to represent that real estate, because at the end of the day, it's advertising space, it's real estate. Anybody who goes on your on your wallet, on your profile, you could advertise and show the world anything you want to. So great for you, Tony. Welcome to ENS Updates. Happy to have you here. And you have any other questions, man, just feel free to raise your hand. Let's go to 618 and then we'll go to Gary.
Hey, 5159. I have a question. I have my dog in jail, and I saw like Tony has like on his bio like the jrelease.eth. So I wanted to know if I can pin my tweet about my dog being in jail just for fun because like Tony just said like he put like his avatar on his ENS and just to show basically the move that I did and how I get like basically a ENS maxi by putting my dog in jail. So can I
Yeah,
put my
100%, bro. 100%. If you are a speaker and you come on the ENS Updates show and you want to pin something, feel free to pin something to the top. As long as you're not trolling, as long as you're not trolling and you're a speaker on ENS Updates, you want to pin something to the top to reference or to show us, please feel free to do that. Mr. 618, I would love to see that as well. I do want to say one thing before I go to Gary. Alicia, it looks like Alicia and the ENS team was at the official, I think that's the Ledger headquarters, where they had some type of collaboration or mini conference or something of that nature. So hopefully we might see some type of Ledger ENS collaboration. Who knows? But glad to see the ENS team making moves in the Web3 industry. Gary, the stage is yours, brother.
Yeah, I mean, it is expensive updating the avatars and updating records in general, especially if you're doing it in mass. But assuming you have like a halfway decent name that's like, has potential of selling, right, in this market, if you think about regular domain names, because again, like try to think about the existing world and then modify it to Web3. It's like a box, but it doesn't fit into a box. And if you go to like a .com name, there's a lot of 70% of .com names are for sale, I believe. And a lot of these .com names, if you type them in, they don't go anywhere, or they go to a nothing page. A lot of these, like people like buy these names, they want to sell them, and when they don't resolve to a landing page, let alone a page that has ads, where they have money opportunity. And Web 2, people will use sites like Afternic or Dan.com, and they have these beautiful landing pages, right? Side note, there's probably an idea out there for, ENS Vision or just somebody new, to like have like a thing where it's like a for sale generator page. Oh, this is a bomb idea. Like you put in your ENS name, obviously sign with Ethereum and you select the template. It says for sale. You put in, like a starting price and maybe a link to Etherscan chat or whatever. And so, yeah, when you either go to the website, the ENS name .limo, or when you look at it on OpenSea, yeah, that's valuable real estate to do marketing. Just I would also push back a little bit because I like thinking of exceptions. The wrong image can decrease value of the name. You could have an inappropriate image, which obviously you're probably not going to do if you're trying to sell the name. You probably know not to sabotage yourself. But also, if you have Apple.eth, it's probably not a good idea to put like a picture of an Apple computer. I think most people know that, but there's usually a wrong way of doing everything. And if you don't believe me, you just give it to enough people and they'll find it.
I wanted to chime in real quick. Hopefully, there's not too much background noise. And you guys have heard me tell this story before about my buddies, the Gardner twins, who did buckedup.com, and they were just literally building a website to flip, and they actually went as far as to build the website, started getting traffic, got a product. It was the keyword they were after was like deer antler protein or some shiz like that. Anyway, long story short, GNC called them and wanted to sell the product, and they got up to like almost 100 million in sales, and they just sold half the company. And it was either 52,000 or 102,000, and they still own half the company. And it's become a huge brand. They got energy drinks, they got all kinds of supplements. I mean, it's literally almost a household name now. I'm sure you guys have seen it. The bucked up with the deer antler logo, and it was literally nothing more. They were doing nothing more than setting it up to flip it, and it turned into a 50 or $100 million paycheck. And that's, like I say, they still own half the company. And so, yeah, I think there's a lot of value to doing what you can to build up. You don't have to, maybe even just a website, right? I don't think you have to, but anything you can do, and the avatar is part of that. And like I say, that can go backwards on you too. But if you have the right avatar, I think it'll get noticed. It'll help sell. That's step one of potentially long term, where you can add. How can you add value even if you're going to flip it, right? like I said, who just jumped up, it's tedious. It takes time. That's why most of us haven't done it. But well thought out. That's step one to building a more you stand out from the crowd. So I think that's important. And I think as as we go down the road and there's more options and more ways to get them indexed and things like that. Like I say, the main reason behind all that was organic traffic, right? And but that's step one, and I think it'll make a difference. And I think it's something that everyone should think, especially if you have more time. If you have more time than you do money, learn how to do that stuff and start improving those domains. And it's not going to hurt, and it could turn into absolute home run. These are guys who probably did that a few hundred times. I mean, I did that. I probably sold 25 to 50 websites early on, where I supplied the product for the website, started getting, doing blog posts and stuff to get that organic growth up. So yeah, definitely let's do that. And hopefully as it evolves, we can share secrets within the space about how to do that. But I think it's a good idea.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. 618, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, to rebound on that topic of putting avatars on ENS names, I wanted to have like a personal opinion of people who want to participate to know like if basically when you sell that domain, you would keep the NFT in the back of it, or you would basically sell the NFT to or just airdrop the NFT to the person who buy that domain, because basically both are not like once you have like the NFT is not as like if you sell the domain with the picture of the NFT that you have to sell the NFTs. So I wanted to know your personal opinion on the fact of selling the domain without selling the NFTs, or give the NFTs to the person who buy the domain.
I think they're two separate. I've literally actually, like with the maxis, if I've had a number and I don't own that domain, I literally post on like the 4 digits. I own 2 4 digits. I don't own either of the maxis, but I've gone ahead and I've put that maxi picture on there. I figure worst case, I'm helping them advertising it. So yeah, to me, they're two different things, but it's a possibility. I know a lot of maxi. I mean, I see Diamond Alien down there. He's got like 15 of them that he's done. And it's a big deal. The other day, he and I actually traded a 4 digit because he owned the maxi. But the 2 or 3 4 digits I own right now, I have a maxi pinned and I don't even own it.
Yeah, when you sell the ENS name, the NFT does not go with the ENS name. It's just a content record. Like I think I've purchased like re-registered names that dropped, and then when it showed up, when it reminted in my wallet, I think the PFP was still there, or the avatar. But the one exception where the currently at least the one exception where the NFT is connected to the domain name, and if you sell the domain name, the NFT goes with it, is the .earth project. If you buy a .earth NFT, the .earth NFT is an ENS subdomain. And so if you sell the ENS or if you sell the NFT, then they're soul bound with each other. So where one goes, the other goes. But that's a special case, which we might see more in the future.
Thank you for that update, Gary, and thank you also, Ron, for responding. And yeah, have a good day, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is ENS Updates, and we do this every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we go into about 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about ENS, folks in ENS, and all things Web3 crypto related. We'll talk about on this show. I wanted to also bring to light. This is a good time to bring to light ZZC Group. ZZC Group is building something amazing behind the scenes. We are a full-service brokerage / auction house / ENS asset management firm. If you guys aren't following ZZC Group, I just pinned it to the top, some of the names that we are representing. for our clients, please feel free to give them a follow. And I will say this opened my eyes tremendously for several reasons. One is that there are genuinely true visionaries in this space right now. If you're an ENS right now, you are a visionary. If you're in this space right now, you are a visionary. You see the future a way that 99.99% of the population cannot see it. Cool. I now challenge you to think a step further and to think a step ahead. I challenge everybody to do the exercise after today, well, after this space or during this space, it doesn't really matter, whatever you're doing. Go through your wallet. And as you go through your wallet, actively look at your names and say, what can actually be built on top of this name? Do that exercise. Because I think a lot of us are just waiting for um, somebody else to come around and see the value in the name, and then for them to build on top of it is what we're kind of hoping for. But I think we're so early at the time now where if you can make income or passive income, or if you have a great idea, then nobody's coming to save you, at least not in the immediate future. In my opinion, start to at least come up with ideas. Jot some notes down. What can you build on top of this thing? What can this thing be used for? There is so much possibilities of ENS that we haven't even touched the surface yet, right? So if you're registering these, and let me say this, if you're registering all these names and you can't come up with anything that you could potentially build on top of one of these names, then I have sad news for you. You maybe registered a couple bullshit names, right? If you're going through your wall and you're like, fuck, I have no idea why anybody want any of this, then sorry to break it to you, it's probably not that good of a name. But if you're going through your wallet and you're like, this could be done, that could be done, oh, somebody could do this on top of it, or even I could do it, then I think that's the next step. And I think that's how we have to slowly begin to think to bring this thing mainstream if we want to bring it mainstream. I just brought up 1289 to the stage. 1289, welcome to ENS Updates, brother. Glad to have you back. The stage is yours.
Hey guys, GM. Have been away for a quick second there, but yeah, I just wanted to mention this project that I think it was launched in May, but kind of woken up yesterday. The ETH.co, and is a shareable.eth profile, which I thought it was a great idea. We all already have the XYZ, right? But I don't know. This seems more customizable as a visualization tool, so you can hide your PFPs or NFTs that you kind of don't like, or people just send their trash to your wallet, that kind of thing. And I feel like this is a great way, especially people outside of the community, but they have a .eth, or they will find one eventually, to kind of promote their stuff, especially PFP, NFT projects of some sort. But I don't know. It seems like a great way to onboard some people that might see the value. But yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to mention. But yeah, that was it. Thanks.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate that. I'm actually checking it out right now. It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna do a little bit more research after this space, but it does look pretty cool. Thank you for
The one thing I was checking it out, 1289. I was checking it out and I was looking at the spam folder, and yeah, ENS Alien is gonna love this. I was checking out my spam folder, and the first thing I saw in my spam folder was some project called the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
And there we have it. Any final words?
But it is really cool looking. I'm really excited about it.
Guys, any final words we have from our co-hosts, our speakers, before I call this one a day and get myself something to eat?
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, kind of what I've been thinking as I've heard everyone talking is, it's bear market. And Gary said it. I don't know. It's so funny because, so easy to forget. So soon we forget the hard times, right? And we're going to freaking all around to these. We go around to all these conventions and other countries, and there's all these freaking all night parties, and you just seem so great, right? But and then we all get stupid again and kind of forget some of the lessons we've learned, and then we're back, and here we are, basically a year ago. A year ago flew from Lisbon to Miami to New York. You're just out having all this good time, and you're king of the world, and then here we are back in the middle of a bear market. It's probably not going to end anytime soon, but yeah, use it. You know, use it as a time to improve yourself, right? If look, maybe you sell some of that junk around your house and buy some ENS domains, or buy some ENS tokens, or buy some ETH, buy some Bitcoin, buy some uh, Matic, whatever, right? Maybe you do like we've been talking about. You learn how to pictures. I mean, you can put a lot of thought. Think about real advertising, right? Think about a real advertising for like Patek Philippe watch, right? You don't even really see the watch. You see a dad with his kids, and the tagline. You never really own it. You're just holding it for the next generation. I mean, there's this mood stuff. You see think about that too. I mean, but that is one thing you can do. But learn how to do it. Be creative. Get good pictures. Think like you're a real advertising person, or learn how to build these websites. Learn whatever. I don't know. Everyone's different, right? But maybe you learn to write Solidity. I mean, don't look. A lot of people are down. Some people are completely wrecked right now. And they lost all their money because they had it on FTX or one of the deals, right? Because you didn't learn the lesson and not to keep all your eggs in one basket. There's some people maybe even on this call that are a lot worse than zero. I had this friend, right? Cool dude, man. Just one of the coolest guys I ever knew, all the way from like kindergarten. I knew this guy, right? And every day I'd see him at the gym, and he had a bunch of car dealerships and real successful. But every time I'd see him, hey, his name was Donnie Maxwell, and unfortunately he died of cancer a few years ago. But hey, Donnie, how you doing? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm $1 million away from being a millionaire, and he always used to say that, and you know, some people here might be more than $1 million away from being a millionaire. They might be $2 million away from being a millionaire right now, right? But bottom line is, maybe all you can do is freaking get out of bed, freaking turn on the cold water and stand in the shower. Maybe that's all you get done today, because you're less than zero. The good news is we have time on our hands, right? So go freaking do whatever you have to do. If you're not dead, you're not sitting in jail, even if you're upside down and have nothing because of crypto, right? Probably at least most of us have some illiquid names. But if you're not, just get up and freaking turn on take a shower and just do what you can. Go take a walk, cut the lawn, do something, right? Learn something. I mean, it doesn't matter. You just don't give up. You're not going to lose if you haven't given up, whatever that means. And like I don't care if you're completely wrecked, way worse than you wish you were just wrecked and you wish you were just back to zero. I know some people are worse off than that. That's okay. Get up and do what you can. And there's time and opportunity to build back. We have a vehicle here that we can build back. So, like I say, we kind of talk about it. We're all wrecked to one degree or another right now. We're all worse off than we probably were a year ago, most of us, but some people are really wrecked, and it's just keep grinding. Even if that just means do something today. I mean, it literally, I know some people are in that position. I've been in that position. I've been in just doing anything is tough, and just do it. And lots, we have time. It sucks that we're on a $10,000 death march. The good news is we're on a $10,000 death march, and it's going to 10,000-mile death march, and it's going to take a few years to be done. So no matter where you are, you have time, and let's just keep grinding. Consistency, right? That's what matters. we're going on this thing 8 months. We're here every day, excited, sick, depressed, hungover, whatever. We're here. We just got to keep grinding.
Yeah, I think Kev was Ron. I think Kev was going to get some meal. That's why he asked us whether or not we have some final words instead of final speech. But yeah, very interesting. My last sharing for today is that just in Chinese, literally we say, the wallet is yours, the head is yours. Do your own choice, and don't put a lot of preconditions that we in our traditional life inside of the consideration, because in crypto world, code is law, and don't put a lot of the common right or wrong inside. Even squatting on domain, I don't see it's a very bad thing or what. There's no good or bad. There is no legal or the very centralized bureau here. So that as long as you believe it's the right thing to do, just do it. And maybe the only law here is the DAO and the ecosystem, that you can vote for whether or not this is right or wrong. So keep in mind, don't put all your traditional way of the value of concept inside into crypto. Those might not apply very well. And don't trust easily when people tell you this will make you a profit or what. Do digest all the information and make your own choice. Have a great day, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I just brought up 184 to the stage as well. 184, the stage is yours, brother.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much. Look, a little shameless shill here, a bit of jubilation. I just want to welcome Australia to the round of 16 in the FIFA World Cup. It's a happy moment. But because this needs to relate to ENS and Web3, let's say the little big Australia, small country, 27 million people. It's off in the corner, and it's often overlooked. But as the famous Australian sung, Paul Kelly, he sung, "From little things, big things grow." And I think we can apply that to Web3 and ENS. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Australia. Enjoy that sandwich, Kev.
Yes, sir. Congratulations to Australia. And also congratulations to the USA for making it and advancing it to the round of 16 as well. So this is where things get good. So I heard. I'm not a big soccer guy, but I love when things get spicy. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back again here. Same time, same place, same speakers, same hosts, same consistency. Nothing's changing. Well, besides, hopefully, we get a couple more speakers to come on stage, like King Maxi, and maybe who knows. With that being said, I'm out. I'm hungry. I have to eat. Peace out, y'all.